Welcome to my channel, Pterodactyl. Greetings, Earthlings. Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing so well today. Welcome to a new psychic reading. I'm Zach, I'm a clairvoyant psychic, and I share my gift to bring out the best in yours. If you haven't already, I invite you to check out my Patreon, where I upload up to 3 psychic pick-a-card readings exclusive to Patreon every month. I also draw cards every morning, which has become my favorite feature, and I'll let you explore the rest of that on your own. If you'd like to book a private psychic reading, you can find that information down below, or you can email me. You can get a private video reading much like this, or you can book me over the phone, and again, all that information down below. In this video, there are 4 piles to choose between, and before you begin, do make sure you make an effort to ground your energy, because when you ground your energy, it gives us the best chance to link up in time and space so that I can pull forward the most accurate and useful information. So light a couple candles, turn the lights down low, take a couple deep breaths. That'll look a little different for everyone. But once your energy is grounded, choose between the piles intuitively, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading, everyone who chose the invisible thread. So I don't know if you guys know what invisible thread is, but I use this when I'm doing product photography, and it's really good for suspending objects or just, when you need clothes to lay a certain way. It's super easy to edit out, and sometimes you just simply can't even see it. It's also, very strong thread, so it can hold up quite a bit. So I feel like there might be something you guys are doing in your life where there's a little bit of this like energy of like behind the scenes, or perhaps this is an invitation for anyone who's currently working on a creative project to, I don't know, keep this under wraps. You guys chose the invisible thread. I love that. So let's kind of, you take a couple breaths, I take a couple breaths. I'm going to shuffle these tarot cards and we'll get to your message as soon as this deck feels ready. I hope you guys are having the most incredible day. I hope you guys are all doing so well today. Okay, so what is it that we want to talk to Pile 1 about? Ooh, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. You're building something in the dark. I feel like Pile 1 could be creatives, okay? You guys could simply be people who like to work with art, or right now you're at a time in your life where you're really desiring recognition, is something that comes through whenever I see this 3 of Pentacles. It sometimes says that you might gain a little bit more as far as recognition or success in like a monetary sense, if you were to be able to ask other people to join your team. It's kind of the energy of collaborating with another artist. That's what's coming through, especially because, I was really being drawn to use this invisible thread for one of the piles, and it's not thread that I use in my sewing machine. It's thread for a very different purpose, and so that makes your pile, the thread you chose, unlike the other colors. The other colors I use for, sewing projects. So there's something about Pile 1 standing out, and I think that there is a desire for Pile 1 to stand out. Queen of Cups. Yeah, so you guys have a talent, you guys have an ability. You guys have an especially valuable chalice. That's what I see when I see the Queen of Cups. It talks about sharing your gift and making sure that you give your gift enough room to grow. And it feels like pile one is really reaching for the spotlight. There's something to do with wanting to be seen or recognized by others. I think that pile one, you guys are creative writers. I also think that there's a quality to your speaking voice that's important, or that's resonant with a lot of people. I think that you have the ability to uncover deep emotions and transmute those emotions and share those with the collective, with the world at large. And as a result, we get to all gain a lot from what you do. I think you guys could be poets. I think that you guys could, again, be creative writers, novelists, something along these lines, anything to do with communicating emotion through art as the medium. So that doesn't have anything to do necessarily with creative writing or writing, but it could have everything to do with any other medium. This is a general reading, so maybe you transmute deep pain through ceramics and working with clay. Regardless, you guys have a talent that's meant to be seen and heard and viewed by many people. And I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have something you're supposed to release in this lifetime. I love to see the energy of the Three of Pentacles, hard at work, but doing something that you're really meant to do. So perhaps you guys have just started on this project and you guys are, finding a lot of comfort and stability with work at last. It feels like you're not so much juggling things anymore. It's kind of like, and I don't really like to use this. It's, actually really hate to use this, but for lack of a better term, you guys have found your lane, staying in your lane. I hate that idea. I'm an Aquarius. I meant to break down every single boundary. Maybe you guys have air placements too. But I'm just getting this idea where you guys are about to receive a lot of recognition, or you're a lot more comfortable. So this is like self-recognition that you are in the right place. You're doing the right thing at this time. Queen of Cups for some of you could be someone coming into your life, okay? Because I do see that this next card is the Two of Cups. And so this does look like a little bit of an offer of love, and we could take it in that direction. I kind of just want to sort of pick up on perhaps this career lens first. I'm just going to set those cards over there and grab this other deck. So can I just have perhaps an energy that would be supported right now? This is for pile one, and this has to do with their career. This has to do with their talent, their natural ability. Pile one definitely has a gift. It's like very tangible, and I keep hearing that word gift. And to me, that talks about someone who either needs to sort of realize this, or just recognize that you might be releasing something in this lifetime that other people are really meant to take part in or receive. It's the energy of like Taylor Swift, right? She's incredibly influential. She has a very, very, very valuable chalice, that chalice being her talent for songwriting and making songs, but it's deeper than that. She really can connect listeners to her emotion through the creative lyrics. So she is like a lyricist powerhouse. And that's not necessarily who you guys are. You might not be songwriters or poets, but that's exactly the energy that I'm talking about. Could I perhaps have an energy? This is for pile one. This is something that's really supported at this time. King of Cups. Yeah, you guys have a remarkable amount of creative energy and ability at this time. You guys are really, really romantic in a sense, and I don't necessarily mean relationships. I just mean that you're really able to connect with feelings and emotions in nature and really feel into certain situations. I get this understanding that you guys really are deeply connected and grounded and very balanced with your emotions. And that talks about someone who really should be sharing with us, how you experience emotions or the stories you see. I see you guys as being very creative people. and you can really channel. I think some of you actually have the ability to channel, or I'm hearing that if you guys are looking for what this next spark is, you're looking, pile one is definitely curious about not blending in anymore. They want to receive their spotlight. They want to receive a certain amount of appreciation or recognition. What I'm hearing, you guys, is what would be really supported right now is if you developed a channel. Everyone has the ability to channel. And I feel like you could just channel your higher self, or you could channel a spirit guide or an alien nation to give you advice about how you can take what your gift is and make it into something that sparkles like that has your sparkle on it, your glint of uniqueness. Because when I see the chalice here, it has two angels here, it talks about authenticity. And I feel like there's just this message here about connecting with higher self or guides, or that's basically what's coming through, because it's the communications, it's the cups. It talks to me about spiritual flow of energy. I feel like I want you guys to get in touch with like source energy, like the Akashic record or the divine source. And I feel like I want you guys to just tap into what I'm picking up as like this rainbow of creation, and extracting little morsels, little nuggets, little bits of truths that are going to help you take what you do and make it very, very unique. There seems to be a real emphasis here on crafting something that's totally you. And when you're doing something that's totally you and you're not really caring about what other people are creating or comparing it to other people, it gives you a lot of freedom. And when you can feel freedom with your creative project or passion or process, it gives you infinite abilities and opportunities, and it really opens up perhaps what could have felt like in the past as a creative block. I'm getting this energy of what I used to feel like. I used to be someone who could sense this massive amount of creative potential in me because I'm very talented at multiple different art mediums, and I feel like this is your energy too. However, you have certainly picked one that you're going to build up for a while, at least first. But I used to be so distracted because I would get all these great ideas and I would start to, bring them into the earth and see them manifest. But I just, it wasn't very grounded. And it was like all this like creative potential, and it was just like hitting me, and as if I was like just this open satellite receiving all this information. And that's kind of what I'm picking up on you guys. Or for you guys, it's in your energy field right now. We want you to be able to connect with source, like just magic, the void, going into the Akashic record, maybe doing some remote viewing or astral projection. This is just, I know I'm taking this in a little bit of a kind of a long route, but that's what I see, especially if those of you, I'm trying to give you guys advice for how you're going to make yourself known, a name for yourself, establish recognition. It comes from you being super authentic, right? So the strength that I see working for you right now, it's literally your ability to love. It's your empathic ability. It's your ability to share emotions and transmute them, but like capture them like Taylor Swift with her lyrics in a way that other people can receive them. And it's just like, it's like this healing. I'm seeing Tetris, and it's like the thing that you make, whether that's a song or a painting or whatever this is, it could be so many different mediums. I love art. It's like they connect and then like they dissolve. So it's like when you hear those lyrics, it like clicks with that person and there's like instant healing. That's what I see about you, because these are very healing energies. You have the King and the Queen of Cups. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are empathic in nature. You also have the Empress that came out, which to me was just really clarifying the energy that's working with you right now. You're really able to tap into creative energy, like a lot of creative energy. I think that you're in your stride. Maybe that's why I was trying to avoid in your lane. It's like you've hit your stride and you're making moves and you're not feeling so held up anymore. This is the energy that I'm picking up on for pile one. So maybe, just a little crack on what could be, I say crack, I don't know why you guys say crack again. Do you guys watch Mean Girls? Oh my God. Because I like literally crack the deck. I just saw the Two of Pentacles. So what I was about to ask was, what could be, an energy that might not be supported? And the Two of Pentacles talks about balance. Okay, and learning something new. So it feels like either you guys are learning something new and you need to give yourself time and space for it to be imperfect. That's that element of flexibility and freedom that I was touching on. If you guys are learning something new, allow yourself to make mistakes. Like, don't try to be perfect. And maybe you need to hear this. I actually kind of channeled a similar message on my Patreon video this weekend. It's that it's not perfect right now. I can tell you right now it's not perfect. So if that terrifies you, that's not supposed to. It's just, it's not perfect right now because you're learning something new. And so what I'm hearing is like, let it go. Let it go. Let this need for it to be perfect go. Sorry, guys, I have a strawberry seed in my throat of all things. I just had a strawberry banana smoothie and it's choking me a little. Yeah, so I think you might be like choking yourself. You might be trying to push all this creative energy and potential through a sieve, or like it's like a bottlenecking. And I don't want you guys to become overwhelmed. Just allow this creativity in your career sector, in what you do at this time. Let it to not be perfect, but also balance that energy that you put into a creative project. Spread your energy a little bit. Make sure that you're not burning yourself out, that you have a good balance between work and play is a message that's coming through. Okay, so I feel like this was kind of like touching on your career, and I do sense a lot of energy about romance. So let's go down that field. Let's talk about a relationship or romance for pile 1. So this is for pile 1, and I kind of want to just pick up on who this person is. I see this emphasis on a relationship. Taken. Oh, that's curious. Okay, so you may have caught the attention of someone who's already in a relationship, and I think that you guys have this natural ability to be very, very alluring. You guys had that Empress card that I felt was very resonant for you guys. You have an energy that's alluring, and what this means is that you being yourself, you're not a peacock, but what you do is your energy is so contagious or gorgeous. You just have this aura about you that's very powerful and infectious, and a lot of people are taken by your beauty or your energy. Now, you don't have to, feel like you're beautiful by some standard. It's just because attraction is very different. When you feel attractive, when you feel self-confident and capable and strong and, in your stride of life, that's a message that keeps coming through. You are attractive, so it doesn't matter what you look like. I don't want any naysayers in here not feeling like you're beautiful. We're all beautiful. We all have something about us that is unique and beautiful to offer the world. So this person, you might be in a relationship right now, but have feelings for someone, or you just, there's someone who has attention for you, or vice versa. And I think that one of you guys are already in a relationship. Oh my gosh, and now we have forbidden. That's beautiful. And beautiful in such a macabre, romantic way. I am such a romantic, you guys. So yeah, I get this idea. And what's curious is that we have this union coming out. And we have the queen in that deck and then the king in this deck. And they're equals in my mind. They read slightly differently, but I love that in both decks that came out, kind of like that same energy. And it's almost like, I just get a strong pull that you guys are presently in this connection, or are feeling this connection that feels forbidden, feels like you can't take or make a move. It's like keeping an eye on each other, but at a distance. It's like the energy that you guys go to the same gym, or you're always at the same farmer's market, and you're there and you catch each other's eyes, but it's like no move is being taken, right? Because there's something that is forbidden about this relationship. Forbidden, it's making me think of Romeo and Juliet, right? So there's something about you guys, to me, if it would be a forbidden love, it's like you're having a crush on your best friend's ex or your best friend's boyfriend. It's that. It's the energy of that for sure. Let's get like one more card. Friend zone. Shut up. That's exactly what I just described. Curious. So some of you reached out, tried to make a connection, and you were put in the friend zone. That's for some of you guys. Now, for others of you, I do get this idea that there's something that's hindering this connection, this love. And although we're picking up on this connection, it's almost like it can't happen. And again, I'm not someone who is going to tell you whether or not you should be in an open relationship or whether or not that idea is interesting to you, but I am going to be someone who says that you have this feeling, you should go after it. I definitely support that. Not gonna lie. Passion, Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Some of you actually are singer-songwriters. With passion, you're just very impassioned people as well. I think that some of you actually really could sing. And it's, look at this, it's allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. It's that energy of you being able to capture an emotion and it touching another person and like lighting them up or sparking them is what's coming through. So it's like your ability to describe past relationships. Maybe this is a prompt for some of you. Maybe some of you actually are creative writers, okay? So let's just try to get a little bit more about this person that seems forbidden, and I am totally intrigued by it. Who are you? Lust. Guys, when I'm on. I love it. Okay, so we have Venus in Aries, so that's true. Lust, it means you're attracted to the body. Love is the soul, and flirt is the way that they talk. And it could be everything and above, but I definitely see this connection, right? And we have, this chameleon, on a leaf or a branch. I'm picturing it like, several meters away from this figure, but the tongue reaches out and touches. It's like, that's what you guys want to do, but there's something that's keeping you guys at a distance. And, let's take a crack at that. I think I've already covered it. I think you know exactly what I'm talking about. 9 of Cups, good fortune. Yikes. I feel like I really like this connection, but it's going to require you guys to have some faith or to take a leap of faith. And I also feel like you guys are comfortable with your lives. There's nothing that you necessarily want, but there is this passion, this undeniable connection and chemistry that I seem to be picking up on. It's a blessed union in my mind, honestly. I really like the energy of this. It's just, it's very interesting. It's what you would write a book about, right? It's very, can't cross that line. It's Katie, from Mean Girls, maybe that's what's coming through again, and Regina, and the boyfriend, I can't remember his name. That's so sad. That is so sad. Aaron? Is his name Aaron? I don't remember. Don't roast me in the comments. Anyways, doesn't she like him? But Regina is, in a thing. So that's forbidden, right? It's something like that. And what I want to say is that, oh my God, no person is off limits, right? Maybe if they're taken, they're in a relationship, sure. But I don't want no mean girl saying you can't date this person because I dated this person. Let's not live in that reality. Okay? Super curious. Let's see. What else do I want to know? I want to do a little bit more snooping. This person, what could I ask about for you guys? You guys, send me something telepathically right now. This is for pile 1. This person that is forbidden, are they going to eventually reach out? Like, are they going to make a move? We've been making eye contact across the way for so long. Are they actually going to make a move? 6 of Wands, success, they are. Would you look at that? Okay, this person is eventually going to reach out. One of you, I'm hearing, the connection is definitely too strong. You guys really, really like each other. And if it's lust, that'll fizzle out eventually and you'll go your own ways, and that's fine. You've gained experience. That's exactly what this connection seems to be about. I see this person actually reaching out because there's too much of a mutual connection here. I really like the energy. All right, you guys. So I think that this is all I have for you this time. If you want want to, you can check out another pile. And if you like this video, or if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube. And until next time, day or night, stay divine. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose this glorious kind of sage green color, and so I want to start your reading with some earth magic. I hope you guys are doing very well today. I hope you're having the most incredible day. So perhaps you take a couple deep breaths, I take a couple deep breaths, and let's figure out together why you are here, why you were drawn to this reading, this pile number 2. Dawn, new beginnings. Meadow with vulnerability. Love and compassion. And one more, ebb and flow. Okay, and then emergence. Let's see if I can't get all of these together here. Probably not going to be able to make it on camera. Let's see. Okay. Wow. It's really beautiful, you guys. I love to see this. And then underneath we have the energy of shape-shifting. And I feel like that's kind of almost this overall energy that I'm picking up on. There's definitely a new beginning for you. And I think for some of you, this is love. But for others of you, this is definitely more of something spiritual in nature. Okay. I'm picking up on this very, very gentle, nurturing energy. This dawn card, I think, is very beautifully illustrated. You can see the sun just breaking through. And I picture you standing here on this riverbank, and the sun hasn't quite reached you yet. So this energy, this timeline, it's going to be a little bit different for each one of us. Some of you could already be experiencing this new beginning. For others of you, this is a message. You're about to herald a new beginning. I do get with love, but with this meadow and vulnerability, it's almost like you're allowing yourself to be a lot more authentic. You're allowing who you really are to be a lot more on the surface. I think before it was hidden, and I think that you guys have been doing some spiritual growth and learning, and you're just becoming a lot more comfortable in your own skin is really what's coming through. I'm going to kind of already reach for a tarot deck, because what I'm picking up on is kind of like an overarching energy where you were going through some things in the past that kind of held you back from your potential. And right now I see your heart chakra opening, and that is the gateway to your upper chakras. And that's kind of what I'm picking up for you guys, is that you finally have gotten grounded in your body. You're no longer someone who has an imbalanced root chakra, which kind of was really shaking your entire energetic vessel. And that has been quieted. There is this new level of calm, and this is a really welcome new beginning for Pile 2 is what it's coming across as. With ebb and flow next to love and compassion, to me it's like you're really able to move through life now and sense earth energy and your energy, and you're able to not kind of like force things into being anymore. I sense that you guys are very compassionate people. You're very, very loving. I wouldn't be surprised if you felt drawn to Pile 1. There's a lot of empaths in Pile 1, and if you felt drawn to another pile, you're always welcome and encouraged. There's probably a message or two in there. What I see with this dragonfly and emergence, it's the emphasis on these lotus flowers here. And that talks about someone who's really been through something, a bit of a struggle. I definitely sense that there's been something that you've been struggling with lately. And I also see you guys emerging from that, right? We do have the dawn, a new beginning. The sun rises every single day. Every single day you have a new opportunity to shake off, an old pair of horns or thorns from the past, anything along those lines. I'm getting the idea of the lotus flower, which is buried deep in the mud below the water, where it doesn't have any access to sunlight. And that's kind of where I feel like you guys have been planted for a while. I do get this emphasis on you standing on the dark bank here and the sunlight not quite hitting you. And it's like, I think perhaps before you were not in a place that was supportive of who you are. I think that you are sensitive and a product of your environment, and you can't grow plants on cement. And I think that for some reason you had blocked off certain parts of yourself and you closed off all of that because it was too difficult for you to face. And for the longest time, you used to be in that energy where you had a little bit lack of compassion. The heart chakra was definitely blocked and perhaps stuck in a little bit of the energy of fight or flight because there was some traumatic event or just some bad relationship or a memory from the past. A wound has been healed, and that's the big message for pile 2. And I think that for a long time you didn't let yourself be vulnerable. And I think you were also, some of you were literally planted in the wrong state. And it was, nothing's ever wrong. I think you were supposed to be there where you grew up because you were very influential to people around you, whether or not that's in your perception. You're definitely someone who influences other people through your very gentle, nurturing energy. But what I'm getting is like the sunlight wasn't able to reach you for a long time. I think that this is something that you blocked off or that was blocked for some reason. I think it had to do with spiritual self-growth. You had to learn how to emerge through the dark. And like I was saying, the lotus seed is buried very far underneath the water in the muck and the mire of a bog, a swamp, kind of like an unideal situation is what it comes across as for me. You might like bogs. I don't like the squelchy reed, the murk. I don't like that. It's really scary to me. But what the lotus flower does is it grows through the mud and, without any access to sunlight, no air, and it's stuffed down there. But slowly over time, it breaks through the mud and it goes all the way through the water, all the feet of water, to merge at the surface where it produces the most unusually beautiful bloom. I sense that pile 2 are late bloomers. Just like these sunflowers, they bloom late in the summer. You guys might really like sunflowers too. I just planted some over the weekend. So what I also get is the energy of the dragonfly too, and I think that's a very spiritual message in nature, and I think that winged things are very attractive to you, okay? I think that you attract a lot of butterflies and you attract a lot of dragonflies too. Moths, perhaps, for some of you who are a little bit more nocturnal, and these are messengers from the spirit world. They're meant to sort of enhance your awareness, okay? Because I feel like there is definitely something under the surface here, okay? For some of you, it really is love, because I see this Knight of Wands. For others of you, yes, that's exactly what I feel. It's you, I just got shivers. It's the spiritual strength, right? This is a message of hope, okay? As evidenced with the Star card. I think for a long time, you had just been blocked, and I think that there had been for lack of a better term, ugly people in your life who are really, really holding you back and holding you down. And you're so much more beautiful than that. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys are shorter in height, if you guys are angels. That wouldn't be a surprise to me. You're certainly empathic, and I think that you have natural healing abilities. And I think that the reason why you had to be buried so deep in the mud or blocked from the light, blocked from opportunity, blocked from your truth is because you had to learn how to be able to find that on your own. You had to be able to struggle and search through the dark in order to get to illumination. This was a struggle or a path or a test, a lesson about self-awareness where you have in you the ability to rise above any limitations that had been imposed on you throughout your life. And you're able now to rely on this immeasurable amount of inner strength. I see you guys becoming so much more resilient and confident with who you are. You're definitely here to help uplift humanity at this time. You're you're definitely a light worker. And I think for a while you had been in the dark and the world had been very confusing, very caustic, very ugly to you. You didn't know why there's so much disharmony. You're able to identify exactly what's wrong in the world and know how easy it could be easy to fix that. Yet there's so many different limitations and institutions that already exist that make it hard for this change to happen. You're definitely here to help Earth shift into a new higher vibration. And I think perhaps for some of you, it's sharing your message of the struggle. To circle back to the dragonfly, it lives its first cycle of life underwater for 2 to 3 years, where it doesn't have access to air again. It doesn't have access to the world above. It's kind of an underwater dweller. But after its metamorphosis, it emerges after 2 to 3 years and it takes flight. Could you imagine that? That's what you guys have been. You guys have been kind of like something stuck in the shadows, stuck under a rock, in a place of darkness, and you've gone through a period of illumination and self-growth to the point where you're now able to be a more spiritually evolved individual, and you're now able to access the gifts that you were given, and you can now share those with humanity. And I think that that is a big part of why you're here and why you were called to this message. It's definitely a message about someone who's gone through a spiritual awakening, and we're emerging from that. I think that perhaps some of you could have been dealing with a Saturn return, something along these lines. I see you guys finally being in the spotlight where the light it gets to finally hit you. I think that you're very beautiful people, and I think that you see the world in the way that it could be, and that hope is very beautiful and necessary at this time. I just don't want you to get bogged down by any limitations that are imposed upon you or anything in the past that was a struggle for you. I want you to be able to rely on this inner strength that you have developed, but also rely on your spirit guides too. I think that you guys have a grandmother figure in spirit form who communicates with you, or you guys have an ancestor who really communicates with you. And one of the symbols that they love to share with you is butterflies. It's winged things like birds or dragonflies. And for some of you, it's simply just flowers. And I think that some of you could also work with nature and nature spirits. You're someone who can really help things grow in a desert, right? I had that message early on where we were talking about you can't have flowers grow in cement, and that's kind of the energy of you. I think you were a little bit of a transplant, a little bit planted in somewhere you were supposed to grow from, move away from, just like the lotus flower under the mud, right? Where it's, not the best ideal place to produce a bloom. There's definitely nowhere for bees to be able to pollinate that flower unless it were to emerge onto the surface, right? And I feel like it's the same energy of you perhaps just needing to grow beyond where your limitations are. This is an encouragement and a message about leaving home for some of you to go out and to expand your consciousness for others of you. And yet for others still, it is the message that you have made it through the dark night of the soul and that there is a dawn, there is a new beginning for you where it's okay to be vulnerable. Perhaps this is you moving to a more spiritual community or developing a spiritual community or finding a place or a state that's just more spiritual and finding home there and friendship there, I think. I also want to remind you guys that your vulnerability is not something that should be frowned upon. I think that society, especially in the United States, we want to be strong, and that's, a thing of the past. It's definitely energy of the past. Your compassionate, loving, deeply, deeply loving energy is something that we could all stand to benefit from. You guys are very beautiful people, is what I keep wanting to say. So I think I want to take this and continue down this more spiritual lens. This is for pile 2, please. Advice for their spiritual journey. I think that some of you need to be very aware of your energy field too, and to use a salt bath or go into the ocean in order to cleanse your energy. Okay, others of you could need to just use sage or something along these lines. The brighter you shine, the darker of a shadow that you cast, okay? And I don't want to alarm anyone, but I do pick up on, I think that you guys actually have kind of a little bit of an angelic ancestry, okay? I think your bloodline is angelic in nature. That's some people in here, okay? I just want to remind you that the more you do spiritual work, the more you awaken, the more you emerge from a slumber, the more you're going to attract this kind of energy that wishes to feed upon you. And that in and of itself is just a lesson so that you can become aware of what it feels like when something's trying to rob you of your energy, so that you can develop a practice where you protect yourself so that doesn't happen anymore. Some of you just might need to pick up some black onyx or black tourmaline. Yes, just say yes, and then mirror who or what is triggering you. Some of you need to cover up mirrors at night too, so that there are no portals, nothing to be able to zap or tap into your energy. Who or what is triggering you? That's someone in your field right now, somewhere where you live, and it's that energy of needing to move beyond this, okay? And needing to say yes to yourself is what I want to say, like putting yourself first at this time and establishing very, very strict boundaries with these people that you sense are energy vampires, are taking your energy. And again, they're not there to necessarily harm you. They're there for you to become even more self-aware so that you can set up boundaries and recognize these negative energies that are inside people, whether they are energy vampires or just narcissistic people. I think that you guys in the past have dealt with narcissists or energy vampires, and it doesn't surprise me. You have the most beautiful, nurturing, calming, gentle energy. You guys, I would describe you kind of as the deer in the animal medicine deck. Very beautiful, and I think that there's something just so innocent about your soul, and I want you guys to be able to reclaim that innocence as well. So who or what is triggering you? You will know what this is, this fear, this anxiety, whatever it comes up to the surface. That's why we had that moon card come out for you guys too. What I'm picking up on is just become aware of people, scenarios, instances that shake you, and try to get back to that calm place that you guys are establishing in you. Okay. I kind of want to pull away for 2 seconds and see where I might want to take the rest of your reading. So just give me 2 seconds, pile 2. Okay, so I kind of want to look at the next blessing. So we're going to pick up on the next house that is about to be blessed, and this is for pile 2. Could I get the house that is about to be blessed? That is the next house to be blessed for pile 2. That feels good. The 11th house, the edge. Yes, I was getting the idea of friendships coming through as well, right? It's like you finding a community of people that are going to help you feel accepted for the sensitivities that you have, or who are ready to receive your love and healing and compassionate energy. You guys could be Aquarius because you did have the star come out, and I'm picking up on the future, rebellion, experimentation, a focus on humanity, community, and friendship. I think that you guys are about to receive your soul family too, or at least a member from the soul family. Your next blessing definitely has to do with you moving into the next stage of your life. This Dawn New Beginnings card is definitely the most powerful medicine that pile 2 is getting at this time. I want to pick up on an animal spirit guide for you guys. Oh my goodness, you guys, look, there's a dragonfly. It might be a, what's it called, a lotus, but I'm reading this as a dragonfly. You definitely get messages and communications from the spiritual world with the dragonfly. Can I get an animal spirit guide for pile 2? The mouse, but then the buffalo did want to come out too. Ooh, 19 and 20. Okay, mouse is scrutiny. Okay, and I don't want you to scrutinize yourself. I don't want you to pick apart yourself in the mirror, because what I'm hearing is that has nothing to do with how you actually feel about yourself. I want you guys to scrutinize the words that people use to you, especially if you guys are definitely dealing with an energy vampire or a narcissist, and those are the two energies that I'm picking up on. It could be a little bit different for each of you. I want you to just be very aware of the energy of people and to pay attention to the fine details when you think someone's listening to you versus when they're not. These are all truths that are coming to the surface right now. The buffalo is a very spiritual card, okay? And I feel like there is definitely a spiritual calling that pile 2 is going after in their life right now. I think that the buffalo is just a message for you guys to research, and the mouse as well. What does the buffalo want to say? Queen of Swords, power. The power of your voice. The Queen of Swords, she is incredibly discerning, very balanced, very just. And this to me also feels like a spirit guide. I'm picking that up with the eagle there, but also, you know, falling over the very spiritual buffalo. You definitely have someone on the other side, a female guide. This is one of your guides. I think you guys may have many because you're definitely angelic in nature. There's something about you who it's just very beautiful, but I want to make sure that you guys actually do feel this and sense this and can really shake away anyone from your life who needs to be gotten rid of, just like this Queen of Swords. She can cut away anyone that is not serving her best interest, who doesn't have love for her that is genuine, who is just trying to steal your energy. That's the message that's coming through. What does the mouse want to relay? Seven of Wands, defense. Okay. Yeah. I think that this is a message about scrutinizing with the naysayers as you walk towards a more spiritual future. Okay. Just, you know, right now you're at a new beginning. And that is a place of advantage. So just make sure that you're able to hold your ground. I want pile 2 to be able to hold their ground at this time. I think that's very important, and to not be shaken by other people because you've worked hard to break through the clouds, okay? And the sunlight is reaching you. It's reaching you, pile 2. This is the dawn, the new beginning for pile 2. Guys, I do believe that these are all the messages I have for you. If you feel drawn to, you can watch another pile. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me. And if you really liked this video, or if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you so much. It helps my channel grow. It helps this message reach other people who need to hear it too. And no matter where you are in the world, day or night, until next time, stay divine. Hello, pile 3. I hope you guys are doing so well today. You guys chose this gorgeous blue. I actually just picked up this color for a project. I don't even remember what the project was, but I love this color blue. So I'm going to set your spool of thread kind of there, and maybe you take a couple breaths, I take a couple breaths. Hopefully we find each other in time and space. I want to know why pile 3 is here. What message does pile 3 need to hear at this time? I kind of want to do a spread for you guys. I've been doing it a little differently each pile, and this deck feels good, so let's just go ahead. Okay. So what I'm picking up on is someone who has a career in spirituality. Okay, I see like a teacher as well. We're picking up on the energy of a teacher. Someone here is perhaps a psychic advisor is what's coming through. And whatever you do, whatever authority role that you play, for some reason I'm picking up that you guys are this Hierophant, okay, this pillar in your community. I'm getting the idea of slow and steady wins the race. And this is a similar message to what I discussed on Patreon. Sorry, guys, I'm getting like 7 messages at once. Like some of you just need to take the proper approach with your work life right now. Like for some of you, you're just paying dues. It's a matter of dotting all your I's and crossing all your T's and going about this in a very practical way. This seems to be about career. Don't worry, we'll look at a couple different lenses, but a practical approach. If you are someone especially ruled by fiery Aries kind of energy, if you're like a go-getter and you're here for the message and want to jump out, your message is take a practical approach right now. Now, for others of you who are kind of this Hierophant figure, what I'm getting is that the work that you're putting in spiritually is something that we're commenting on that at this time. There's a lot of repetition, and what is revealed throughout repetition and consistency, it's your genius. Pile 3 has a genius that lies within a giant block of marble. And your talent, because these pentacles, we're talking about talents and abilities because some of you really have a legacy to leave behind. Your creative talent, your job, whatever you do that you are kind of a leader in, kind of like at the top of the rung, what you do, it's like I'm seeing it as a big giant block of marble, and what is on the outside or what has been revealed so far is not nearly the level about what you are going to achieve within your legacy within this lifetime. I'm sorry if you can hear that huge truck going by. There is this talent, this genius factor that lies beneath the surface. And what is necessary right now, the message, why you felt really drawn to this pile, is that you needed to hear this about your talent, that your greatest ability has yet to be uncovered. And the only way that this is going to come into the light is if you show up and you practice this every single day. Now, every single day is just the energy of consistency. If your schedule for your talent is not every day, for example, if you're like strengthening your voice and you want to be a singer, you're not supposed to be stressing your voice every single day. So whatever your unique talent and ability is, whatever your career is, whatever every day is for you, this consistent routine, we're drawing a lot of attention here. This is going to reveal what your individual spark of genius is. Everyone has genius, every single individual. It's a matter of overcoming the shadow aspect in order to bring the light aspect into being. So if you're someone especially who doesn't think that you have a genius quality to anything that you do, you are definitely in the shadow aspect of that. And for some reason, I don't know why this is coming through, you guys could research Gene Keys, that's Genekeys, and figure out what your genius is, okay? Especially if you're someone who's stuck in this kind of gray energy, not quite sure what that talent is. For others of you who know what I'm talking about, know what talent, perhaps it is spiritual in nature. A talent that some of you are art teachers, and that's amazing. Some of you are artists, some of you entrepreneurs, and that would be, the person who is in control at the top of the rung, right? Because you're your own boss, right? Whatever you're building, pile 3, whatever this talent is, the genius has yet to come out. It is like a giant block of marble. And think of Michelangelo, he stares at a block of marble, and underneath is the most gorgeous bust, right? But what is required is diligently showing up to chip away all the sludge off the outside. And that's what I see is this main energy coming through for pile 3. It's like we want to get rid of the clay that's on the outside in order to reveal the genius that lies beneath. I think that energy is supporting you at this time. Just energy in and of itself. You have a lot more strength and vitality. Some of you are getting communications from the astral realm or from your spirit guides at this time. And it's a message to look up, okay? To take this work seriously, but not life seriously, right? That's a really important message that I heard a little while ago. For some reason, it's surfacing right now. Take what you do, what your work is, very seriously, because everyone has genius they're meant to reveal to the world in order to help our consciousness move along as a species. Not all of us are humans. Some of us are star seeds. Your unique gifts are here to help humans move along through their consciousness, okay? I don't want you to get stuck on that idea of species. I heard someone in here not really liking that word. Me either. I'm definitely a wanderer. I don't come from Earth. I don't really like Earth. Don't get me wrong. I love nature, okay? But just, anyways, look up from your work at times, okay? It's so important to take your work seriously, but not life itself seriously, all right? But I just see you being supported with a lot of energy at this time, and I think that this is necessary because some of you are really showing up, and I think in the past you had been showing up, but something just was like amok, and that's going to look different for some of us. It could be a loss of a creative inspiration. Perhaps some of you were using inspiration instead of dedication to get this project or this talent done or finished or polished. I just see energy at your disposal, and that is refreshing. Some of you actually are singers. I'm looking at this as scales, okay? So this 10 of Pentacles, legacy, definitely a strength in career right now. Your career sector is definitely blessed and being highlighted. We need the dedication. We need the dedication because you have something really significant to leave on Earth or to share with Earth. This is the energy of, but will look different for each one of us, the energy of releasing the next great American novel, seriously. And that great American novel is going to be something different, right? A singer would release a song, a ceramic or someone who works with clay or marble would release something very different, right? And this talent of yours, it doesn't even have to be art in nature, but you're supposed to be genius at this is what's coming through, okay? And are. I just got so interrupted by spirit. And are genius already. It's not you're supposed to be genius. You already are. It just simply lies beneath this giant block of marble. It's within. So just show up and experiment is the message that's coming through. I don't see any hesitancies, worries, anything about fear as far as career and finances go, okay? Just, again, the underscore of this looks like something you're really meant to focus on at this time. And to just, defend your time from a place of advantage, okay? Just make sure that you're, folding in elements of spirituality into your life, elements of digesting and experiencing emotions, passion, sex, playful energy. There's a balance here, but we really want to dedicate something needs to come all the way through, right? It's like that block of marble is never going to be something worth being visible or shown to people if you show up and just take a piece off of it every once in a while. Repetition is really necessary because it's through repetition that you get rid of the sludge on the outside. The sludge on the outside is the way that everyone else does their practice. The marble, the clay, everything in excess on the outside, you're removing limitations. You're removing everything that you've done with this talent, this ability so far, such that what lies beneath is totally new and totally you. So cool. I love this message so far. Okay, let me just see if I want to get another message that has to do with career for pile 3, please. The Hierophant again, knowledge. Okay. That's remarkable to have this come out in 2 separate decks. And what I'm getting is to learn or to teach. Okay, so this is going to be different energy for different people. Some of you really need to study rigorously your talent and practice. Study and practice are those energies, right? There's a lot of books you could be reading right now to help you get some more downloads, to help you remember where you were with this ability in a past life, so you don't have to get to that point again. I want you guys to be able to stand on the shoulders of who and where this ability was in a past life, such that in this life you can improve upon it and really bring it all the way through to the end, all the way through to completion. Such a cool reading. Now, for others, the Hierophant is also kind of find a teacher. Find the proper teacher to help you bring this all the way through and just to catch you up, because you're eventually going to leapfrog the teacher, which is what we're supposed to do as a species. And yet I feel like we keep getting kind of a little bit less every year. I want you guys to be the generation who leapfrogs the people who are idolized in this generation, in this time, in this zeitgeist. I want you guys to be able to leapfrog them because it is in your ability. It is in your soul already. You already have this genius beneath you, inside you is how I mean to say, sorry. Now, the Hierophant for others of us is to seek a spiritual advisor, okay? But it's also, for some of you, a practical approach. And for others, I'm getting the idea of being a teacher, and you putting yourself in that position is going to help get rid of that sludge, that extra clay, that extra marble that's on the outside, helping you to get closer and closer to what's inside. You being in the role of a teacher is going to introduce you to so many other people who could learn from you and ask you questions that actually feed back to you and help you gain a much deeper understanding about what this is. Everything we've been talking about, different for everyone, but you are going to be able to reach a different place of experience and understanding with a lot more depth and clarity and your unique perspective that is necessary at this time through being in this leadership position, being a teacher, okay? Now, for others of you, this is simply an invitation to study a little bit more of an occult practice and develop an esoteric understanding of whatever craft this is that you do and try to fold that element in there. I don't really want to spell it too far out, much more than that. This seems to be the first major message. Now, I kind of want to take this in two different I want to do a random relationship romance just because I feel that energy, but I also want to take this in a more spiritual direction because we do have two Hierophants. So we'll start with spirituality and then stick around for romance. I want to work with an animal spirit guide first. This is for pile 3, please. What animal spirit guide would like to work with pile 3? Possum. No playing dead. That's what I just heard, right? No looking for excuses. Okay, the deep message is finding strength within right now, okay? I feel like some of you are waiting for life to show up and happen for you, and I hate to be the person to tell you this because, it's sometimes life is so confusing, but that's why you can seek a psychic advisor to get some clarity. It doesn't have to be me, but this does seem to be a significant message. The possum's only defense is to play dead. Right? And sometimes it works, but what I'm getting for you guys is that is not how this is going to work in this lifetime. You simply have something too important to share. It's that 10 of Pentacles that's coming through, okay, you guys? You definitely have something of significance that the world is supposed to see and you are supposed to experience. Like if you guys have never been super wealthy, that's a desire of yours, you're meant to experience that, but that's not going to happen overnight and it's not going to happen without effort. And it doesn't have to be wealth that you're interested in. If you've never experienced a lot of creative success, having recognition in the world, and that's something that you truly desire, that's something you're meant to have and to experience. But again, it's not going to happen unless you have that measure of dedication. So for those of you who are confused about what you're supposed to be building, how to take action, and if you didn't like my advice so far, why are you here? Just kidding. Seek out a psychic advisor. They'll give you some clarity, okay? But there is a message here about not playing dead. The only person going to save you is yourself, and that's a very, very spiritual truth that is hard to digest, right? Especially if you've been stuck in a timeline or a story for a long time. Perhaps it's time to tell yourself a different story, one that's epic, right? I feel like some of you guys really need to paint a picture for your future is what's coming through and envision what that future is. Some of you haven't been dreaming enough about the future, okay? And you're kind of like a little bit paralyzed and you're not quite sure why you're not observing growth. And it's simply because there's not enough dedication or time put into this talent or career or path. And in order to bring that all the way through, it takes a lot of work. And there's nothing wrong with hard work at all. It's just that I feel like you're expecting this to come in easier than it has, and I don't know that it's going to. 2. So let's take this in another direction. I'm feeling a lot more playful with you guys, so I feel like you can take this advice. Pile 1 and 2 was very, very, very grounded, nurturing. I almost didn't record any other readings today because it was like, should this be its own little mini reading or what? Basically what I'm getting though is just like, come on guys, put in the hours, put in the work, and it will show up. I hope you don't take me as being flip right now. Emergence, yeah. I think that you guys have really been building something in the dark, under the surface, definitely under the surface for some time. It's time to start making and taking a practical approach, definitely by the books approach to bringing this into existence. Beautiful. Cool. I actually don't want to beat a dead horse, so let's just talk about romance. Just give me a couple seconds, guys. I don't think I want to do a jump cut. I have enough camera battery. You know what? Now that I said that, I am going to, because I'm always super paranoid. Okay, guys, I really want to know about love. I don't know what it is. I just have been feeling extra romantic lately. I'm just super curious. So yeah, let's figure out about love. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I kind of want to consult the tarot. Is there love for pile 3? You know, if you're not in a relationship, this is for you. I don't know why I was forming it like that. If you are in a relationship, but have wandering eyes, there is no judgment here. Absolutely no judgment. Thank you, beeping horn outside. Who are you? I like to see you. And who are you? I knew it. That's why. Okay. So this young love is young. I knew there was a love connection coming through. Page of Wands to me talks to the very beginning. This is the very beginning stage, okay? Now, I think that this person is super confident, very, very attractive. I don't know that you guys are presently in communication. Some of you will be because timelines are very, very fluid, okay? Others of you are not quite in communication. I think that this person perhaps is a little bit younger than you, or we're simply calling attention to a very young, budding romance. I think that this romance is going to come into a much deeper phase in this fall. We're definitely now talking about a romance that is young or is nebulous. There's a crush. You have your eye on someone. What do they look like? They look funny. This person looks very funny. Sorry. Guys, this is my real, genuine attitude. I am very, very spiritual in nature, but I'm also sarcastic AF. And I'm an Aquarius, so I love to have fun with like words and expressing very deep truths, but it's lighthearted. And I think that that's what this person is too. It's the message I was using in the very beginning of your reading, which was that take what you do seriously, but don't take life seriously. I don't want people coming to my readings and thinking that they need to have deep healing every single time. You're not supposed to heal forever. If you're healing forever, you're always wounded, you're not doing it properly. I don't know who that's a message for, but perhaps those who need to seek out that psychic advisor. So this person's really funny. They could have an F as their name. It could be the first letter to their name, or it could be the first letter of their last name. And I think you're going to fall for this person because they make you laugh. And I get that that's very different for you. I'm understanding that it's not quite this person looks different. There's something about them that's very different than what you would normally go after. They could be a redhead and you're not someone who usually goes after redheads, but they're also a very, very passionate lover. Where I'm being so greedy today. Can I have another one? Then they could be gay. You could be gay. That's fun. I'm gay. We're all having a very gay time today here. What is going on? I feel like, is this me? Is this how I'm going to be with my tarot readings? I wish. I hope. I don't know. It's very different than pile 1 and 2, okay? And one more jock, yeah. Athletic, and I get that from the both of these. That's why, you know what, I will pull you out. I don't know what this other one is, but I'm going to shove it right back in the deck where it belongs. This person is athletic. They're very strong or very self-confident. Now, athletic doesn't have to mean slender or muscular. There are all types of different body forms and shapes. This person's just athletic, or they have a very strong, rigorous workout routine. And yeah, I love this. You're very attracted to them, but it's for a different... It's different, right? This funny I'm interpreting as, it's like they help you light of situations. They make you laugh, and they make you laugh at yourself. And that's very difficult for pile 3. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Falling over the redhead. Guys, redheads are beautiful, okay? I'm highly attracted to redheads. So if you're a redhead, leave a comment below. I will definitely reply to you. Now, this person is romantic as well. And so if your love language is romance and physical touch, you're going to definitely enjoy your time with this person. Okay, where else do I want to take this? You know, I have only been taking one of these cards today. Let's grab a second one. I don't really like any of you. Okay, for pile 2, this funny jock, this LGBTQI+, is perhaps healing family issues right now, and this could be a message for you as well, and it probably is. I'm also describing you as well. The reason why people come into the same vibration is because they're the same vibration, and you guys could be healing family issues, right? And so your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Take this message to heart. I want to talk about love, so I don't really care to explain this too much further. So let's see, how else can I approach this romance connection that I was really picking up on for pile 3, please? What do they do for work? Practicality. Wow. You guys, I harped on that message in the Hierophant came out twice for you. Definitely take a practical approach right now, okay? But I also think this person could be a farmer. They could work at a farmer's market. You could meet them outside. You can meet them at a farm or an exchange or a co-op, something along these lines. I think this person works in agriculture, and I think that this person could also work at a greenhouse, a garden store, something along these lines. This person could also work to keep up with trails and kind of like nature preserve is what I'm getting as well. I think, yeah, this person could have a farm or want to teach about farming. This could be you as well. And these are all the messages that I'm getting from my lovely pile 3s. If you liked it or if you've made it this far into the video, please give me a big thumbs up. That helps my channel grow, helps other people receive these messages who need to hear them too. And no matter where you are in the world, day or night, until next time, stay divine. Hello, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. I hope you are all doing so very well today. Welcome to, I feel like, whatever you need to know right now. Everyone who chose the gorgeous kind of yellow gold thread. I just bought that thread because I made my niece a little sunflower dress. So perhaps sunflowers are significant to you. Now that could be a confirmation. Now, perhaps you take a breath, a couple breaths, I take a couple deep breaths. I want to know why pile 4 is here. Why is pile 4 here? What do they need to hear? Where do we want to start their reading? Okay. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles. Luck is on your side, pile 4. So what I just heard is that everything you touch turns to gold. And I like this idea of gold and spinning thread. And now I'm thinking of Rumpelstiltskin. So perhaps that was a favorite story of yours when you were younger. The Ace of Pentacles says to be worthy of abundance, you must feel worthy of abundance. Let's keep drawing your spread. Oh, shush. You guys have 2 aces. New energy. You're getting clarity and insight on a direction of your life, but also kind of like financial career sector support, something along these lines. What? So weird. What is this card? Okay, thank God. And then I kind of want to draw a 5th one. Okay. Where is that other ace? I want to know. I just flipped to it. That is crazy, you guys. I can't believe I caught this on camera. I have never seen 3 aces come out in a reading, let alone in a row. The odds of that happening are just so weird. What I feel like is that's true. That message I got must have been spot on. Whatever you touch right now turns to gold, whether that be a relationship, something to do with the body, changing your physical appearance. I'm feeling like you guys could really actually be shapeshifters and have the ability to design whatever you want to look like, no matter what you look like. This is really remarkable. A lot of new energy. What I feel like is you guys are going in a new direction in your life, or the direction you're going in your life is like highly supported. Your guides are like, this is correct. You have chosen correctly. You're going exactly in the right direction. You've been listening to yourself, and as a result, all sorts of new energy are availing themselves to you. This is really, really remarkable. I see you guys as being represented by the Emperor at this time. And I think that strong Aries energy, strong, the desire to bring in your empire. You truly want to build your empire at this time. You could be entrepreneurs having just chosen to pursue your heart's desire, to listen to your heart versus logic for some situation in your life. It's like you finally figured out how to doctor certain diseases or ailments, or just dis-ease, just unease in you. For example, you're not trying to use logic to solve an emotional problem. You're allowing yourself to feel through that emotion in order to doctor that, because I feel like some of you in the past have really been plagued by this imbalance between the heart and the mind. I'm also getting that there are so many new energies being available to you at this time that you're going to have to use a little bit of clarity and discernment in order to figure out where you want to direct this energy. 3 aces. This is just very, very blessed, you guys. It feels very, very lighthearted, and I think that this is incredible. I kind of want to pull back for a second and just see where I want to take your reading. It just feels like there's all this new spirit of adventure, this clarity, financial support, but also perhaps unveiling a hidden talent of yours, polishing off this talent of yours. The only ace that didn't come out is the Ace of Cups, which is the energy of love. And I'm feeling like that's interesting because these cards over here kind of indicate a partner to me. And I wonder that because your energy is so incredible right now, that's what's bringing it in, and it's unknown right now. I feel like this energy is at your awareness. You guys are aware that you are following your passion right now, and you're feeling very, very inspired. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys feel like you've graduated into the either 4th or 5th dimension, recognizing that it is a perspective shift that takes you there, not a physical place. Really cool, you guys. Really interesting. Very intrigued by you. The 2 of Cups coming out, following the 3 of Swords. I feel like we digested the 3 of Swords, recognizing that we can't use logic to solve emotional yearnings. And perhaps emotion is the one thing that is not present, which we want to talk about, evidenced by the 2 of Cups there. I feel like love is really important to you in a relationship, a relationship that stands a test of time. I'm hearing that some of you are listening so many messages, sorry. Looking for your emperor, looking for your other half. And I don't ever say it that way because in order for there to be a true connection, you must individually be spinning on your own like noble gases. You don't want to fall into another person. That creates codependency and all sorts of really toxic traits that are prevalent in relationships in this day and age. You want to be able to be your own unique individual. And so perhaps right now that is what you lack, this sense of individuality. And we want to put a lot of emphasis on you building your career right now and a little bit less emphasis on love. I will perhaps touch a little bit on that at the end of your reading, but now I'm understanding where this message is going. It feels like, the blessing of 3 kings, right? And to have this Emperor come out. We're talking about your career right now, and if you guys have recently made a decision to go in a new direction, this is highly, highly supported. And I think that's perhaps the biggest message that you need to hear at this time, is that listening to yourself and following your intuition has really guided you and revealed different energy to you. And you're going to be able to navigate this next chapter of your life as you build your empire with a lot more trust in yourself. And as you trust yourself, you're going to be able to recognize how powerful as an individual you are. You can create anything that you desire, with an ample amount of energy, whether that be passion, whether that be clarity and action, or whether that be patience. Super, super cool message. Let's see where I want to go. I'm going to open up this deck, and I'm going to ask for an energy that is relating to career, relating to empire, relating to empath, life path. Sorry, you guys could be empathic. This is my 4th reading today, so my words are already slipping, though I feel great energetically. So please be gentle with me. Okay, so that main message did need to be reiterated. Emphasis on the self right now. Building yourself, your empire, building your career and finances is going to improve your chances in love. Okay, I want to know what energy is supported in career right now. Like, where should we be focusing our energy? Like, where is our energy going to be allocated and most useful? Shut up. You guys have the most incredible, and the 9 of Cups coming out underneath. Underneath is the Empress. What is going on? And then that 3 of Swords blocking the 6 of Pentacles. You guys right now are experiencing, I would not be surprised if you're getting a windfall of cash. You're using manifestation right now to bring forward a desire of yours. And I think that this is coming in fast, and it's a lot, right? I think that the more that you donate your time, talent, and ability into helping other people, to help uplift other people, the more that is going to be repaid to you and redoubled, 10 times. I'm feeling like this is just the most amazing energy. 9 of Cups, make a wish, certainly, right? It's a make a wish card. And to me, it says deep, deep emotional satisfaction. You're at the top of your game right now. And I feel like the energy that's being supported is to share a little bit of what you have with other people, whether that be a wealth of experience, perhaps spiritual knowledge, clarity, wisdom. You have a wealth of knowledge as far as building your career, going after your dreams. And in order to bring more abundance into your life, the next step on your life path, what is the energy you should be focusing on right now? Is giving to others as long as your well is full, right? Because some of us, without this Ace of Cups, need to be able to fill our well. Otherwise, we don't have anything to give to other people. So make sure that you're treating yourself, that you're nurturing yourself, that you are spending time to spoil yourself so that you feel full, and as a result can fill other people's cups. Wow. All I have to say is wow, you guys. An energy, please, that is not necessarily supported. The shadow aspect, which is just as valuable. Where is our energy lacking? Where is our energy lacking? This is for pile 3. Just kidding. This is for pile 4. You guys, it is the end of the day. Again, apologize. Pile 4, please. Where is our energy lacking? I doubt that it's anywhere. Judgment, forgiveness. I kind of feel like it's forgiveness of the self, you guys. I feel like there are perhaps, for some of you, and this isn't all of you, for some of you, there's a relationship that you need to let go of. Someone wronged you, and that needs to be let go of. I think that you played a significant part if you relate to that message, and it's time to forgive yourself, okay? The Judgment card is absolutely glorious. It's yet another incredibly favorable card to come out. You're experiencing a metamorphosis unlike any other shift you had in your life. This feels like a Jupiter return, if I'm being honest. I think that you guys are moving to a new chapter of your life where you are totally different. You are literally not who you used to be months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. You are markedly changed. I wouldn't be surprised if your physical appearance is different to reflect this change, or there might be an emphasis on you changing your physical appearance to solidify this change so you can recognize yourself in the mirror as being different, as being evolved. You've done considerable growth and work, and as a result of listening to your intuition, as a result of studying the universe, as a result of applying the wisdom you've gained and thus accruing great experience, you are becoming an individual that is totally different and who is primed to help a lot of other people on this earth plane at this time-space nexus. You guys are remarkable individuals because you really do the self-growth. You don't just watch tarot readings, you really apply the knowledge that you're gifted, and as a result, you're seeing your life quite literally prosper. I think that with this Judgment card, what's also telling me is that we perhaps need to be able to let go of the past in order to bring in a lot more. There is an element of forgiveness that is needed at this time. Forgiving your parents, forgiving your friends, conversations. Perhaps these were all due to who you used to be, and now because you are a totally different person, I think that perhaps it's time to let them go. I'm also getting the most amazing blessing. I have a cat that's come to the window. His name is Bootsy, if you care. And this illustration is supposed to be Freya's blue cat. And so you guys are getting a blessing of cats, which talk about fertility and abundance, okay? So what I'm getting as well, though, with this Judgment card is to recognize that you're at a crossroads, okay? You're at a time in your life where you're leaving behind an old chapter. The future could be unmapped, uncharted, but there is so much supporting you on this next chapter. There is a lot to look forward to in your life at this time. Such a beautiful reading. Feels very, very cohesive, feels very, very grounded. And for some of you, I'm hearing that you almost don't accept it. It's almost like it feels too good to be true. I just want to remind you of all the work you have done. Do you think that you deserve nothing? Deserve's an awkward word, I recognize, but do you think that all this work you did would result with nothing? No, it's going to result with a lot of abundance, especially because I see you having done, a lot of self-growth, but also really taking some leaps of faith, listening to the intuition, developing your self-worth. As a result, you glow up. You literally glow up. You become brighter and you become more attractive. And that's who you are right now. Let me pull back for 2 seconds. I just want to see where else we want to take your reading. All right, pile 4, let's walk down a spiritual path together, and I'm going to pull a bunch of earth magic for you and divine a message. This weekend, I tried a different approach with these cards. I was pulling too few, I feel like, in order to connect with the messages, and so this might take a minute to lay out, but I'm going to kind of create a new picture with the imagery. So stick around. The first one is childhood with innocence. That's beautiful. It's a really powerful message. And I actually feel like that's kind of where, if we were going to give you advice, that would be that Ace of Cups that's missing. Recapture your childhood innocence. That means really actually forgiving anything from the past, letting it go. Little feelings of guilt, especially. Guilt is a nasty, nasty emotion. It does not need to be in you because you've already moved on and you're going to move on for infinite lifetimes. You will always exist. So you never ever need to carry around the baggage of guilt because it simply doesn't represent you anymore. It's not who you are. If you made a mistake in the past, it's not who you are, especially if you've learned the lesson. It's really time to let that go because there is an element of innocence that needs to be reawakened in you. Childhood innocence, childlike innocence, a childlike wonder of the world. It's going to help you evolve and continue to uplift and inspire other people in your life. It's time to reclaim your innocence as well. Time to be whoever you want to be. whoever that is, even if it doesn't fit into society as far as like a job that you can kind of think of, a relationship that you kind of think of. Who do you want to be? You're here for infinity. Do not allow anything that is in this lifetime to hold you back. This is a really powerful message. I absolutely love your reading, Pile 4. It's very empowering. It kind of is like you have done the actual soul work that so many people go after, and it's time to mark yourself as healed and move forward. I don't feel like you guys need to be stuck in the energy of healing yourselves anymore, especially if this reading really resonates. For some of you, I do feel like this final chapter of healing, that judgment card, is to forgive yourself and any actions of the past, because they're like a giant blemish on your soul that doesn't need to be there anymore. And it is a choice that it remains there, and it doesn't need to be there. We don't want it there. Let's let that go. This is a conversation that you had. This is something that you did in the past that you feel very guilty about. It's done. There's no changing that. Perhaps in your mind, actually, you could with visualization change that, and as a result feel more free, or you could with bound determination let that go, right? Because you're here to do remarkable work, and it's because of everything you've gone through and adjusted to afterwards, and still remain strong, empowered, with innocence intact. That is a powerful individual. I know I said I was going to draw a picture, but that message felt really resonant. Then we have, another green. You guys are having an expansion of your heart chakra. Right now, your aura is green. Make sure you're taking very, very deep, deep breaths. Some of you just quite literally need to get out into nature. You are unfolding, you guys. Look at this lotus flower. You've been through a hard struggle, but you've come out the other side, right? The light has finally hit you. In pile 2, I think it was, the light it didn't quite reach them yet. It was on the horizon. You have been hit by the light, illumination, self-awareness, the sun, self-confidence, recognizing that you go on after this life. It's really cool because if we were to go down what I was trying to illustrate earlier, I see these figures walking along this path with this lake that is kind of in front of them, lake, pond, whatever. And as we get closer to it, the tree line in the background comes closer too, which brings us to this forest and breath card. And now we find the pond is at our feet and we are here in the forest. If we were to go further into this image, we would come upon the lotus that is in the middle of this little pond lake in the woods. And we see the clouds folding down for the sun to reveal itself. You are becoming a spiritual being who is aware of what they were in a past life. You're becoming a spiritual being who has their spiritual abilities coming on board. I would not be surprised if you knew about your psychic ability already, or if you knew about your spiritual gift already. If you don't, you can check out the video on my channel. I kind of want to do a new one. You can just find it on my channel. It's not that long ago. It says uncover your spiritual gift or something like that. But what I'm seeing from the traveling of the message, from traveling through the imagery here, is that you continue to take steps, and as a result you are unfolding. And I feel like there's something going on in your life that is showing you this in a very physical, real form. I'm also getting the idea that you guys are about to jump timelines. Again, it's the message of perhaps you feel 3D, or leaving the 3D, moving into 4D, 5D consciousness. I get that as well. With Lotus Flower Unfoldment, I feel like you're supposed to share or transmute what happened to you in the past, or all of the trials and tribulations that you've been able to get over, but still hold on to your childhood innocence. That is a message that a lot of people could stand to benefit from hearing. So beautiful. Anything else? I kind of want to work with an animal spirit guide. We will do that, but I kind of want to do this path. I see us walking along a path. I kind of want to continue this spiritual path with you. For pile 4, please. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Yeah, I was literally about to underscore this breathwork message. That's so funny that came out. So I sense that you guys are highly sensitive, and perhaps this isn't something that you're aware of before. And I think that perhaps there were conversations, a little bit of barking, a little bit of just anger, I think, that was directed at other people in your life when you used to be someone else, but you've grown far beyond that, and you're supposed to, right? The only constant in nature is change. It definitely goes against nature not to change. So when you become this new person, as you are right now, there are other people who are going to fall away from you, and that's okay. They didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You are simply evolving, and you will gather more friends and connections as you go. We are calling a lot of attention to your breath work, though, and going and moving into nature, right? We see that we're right at the edge of moving. We're definitely in nature here, but I see us moving towards the lake, and there's something about meditating and connecting with nature that is going to give you light codes, right? As we see with this travel going on right here. Let's move towards the lake, enter the lake, the breath work, and receive the lotus flower, which is unfolding. And I'm getting that as, the folding down of the clouds. Here is illumination, spiritual enlightenment, and those light codes are quite literally coming down in this Get Grounded card. You're receiving a lot of light codes. Your body is changing at this time. It's upgrading. It's becoming more crystalline. If you're tired, that's because your body is upgrading. So it's really important right now to connect with your body and to feed it and nurture it and nourish it. Yeah, Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. This is who you guys are. Yeah, and you just were going through a period until now of awakening. And you guys are awakening, right? And as a result, you're definitely supposed to help other people on Earth. Let's find one more card for you. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. What a gorgeous dynamite reading, right? Here are the light codes that you're receiving. And here is you, the pillar of light. This is incredible, you guys. This is because, again, you really have listened and applied the knowledge you have gained throughout your lifetime. As a result, you wake up. Or, wake up is kind of a loose, sloppy term. It's for lack of a better term, okay? Yeah, and you wake up and you inspire other people. I just want to remind you that the more that your light shines, the darker your shadow is cast. And so you're going to attract at times more negative entities. It's important to be self-aware because you're probably a highly empath or a highly sensitive or an empath. That's why that word empath slipped out earlier. I knew there were empaths in here. It's important to recognize what the energy feels like when someone's robbing you of your energy. One, there's a negative entity around that is unseen. So develop a practice where you continually get grounded, transmute the energy, ask your guides, the earth, to remove from your body any vibration of any energy that does not belong to your unique individual soul. I do that all the time. Go out into nature, wriggle your toes into the dirt, and I command that it is done because I will not hold another individual's energy in my own field. That is something I'm strict about. I want you guys to be strict about this too. All right, so I did say I was going to go in a little bit of a tiny bit of a romance, kind of a pull at the end of your reading. I do think that it's kind of, superfluous. These messages that we've relayed so far, absolutely amazing. So cool. Thank you so much for being here. I am going to do that little bit of a romance pull. I just need to underscore that this is actually what has been important. Okay, so I want to pick up on someone. I want to pick up on the next fling, romantic interest, crush, something really light, something very trivial. Trivial has such a negative connotation. I just want to know what the next connection is and kind of allow this to be something to do with romance, okay? A lot of options, okay? You have a lot of options in love coming up, and I keep wanting to underscore the fact, this is superfluous. This part of your reading is into the future a little bit from now. I really want you guys to assimilate and be in the energy where you have been before. And under the deck, we have the King of Cups, which is you. This is you guys, or this is you in the future when you can regain this childhood innocence card that I wanted to leave out for you guys. I feel like it's super important. I also feel like you don't need to be or settle for anything less than this King of Cups. I don't want you guys to settle for anything less, okay? That's a really important message. So I want to get a little bit more about this. I'm going to reach into this new deck of mine, okay? And I want to get a little bit more about this King of Cups. And I'm going to read this person that's coming into the future, very, very much unknown, right? I'm going to read this person as a King of Cups. Okay, so totally emotionally sound and in touch with their feelings and emotions. And let's get a little bit more about them. Tall. This person's tall. Okay, this person could be quite tall. Now, what else about this person? Let's go down here. Heart eyes, ooh, crush, okay. I just heard that actually some of you have your eyes on this person already. And let's get a little bit more. Small bump, okay. And then one more. The small bump I feel like is not really relevant because I don't view this relationship happening at this moment. And Jim, okay. I feel like for some of you, you might actually know who this person is already. By Jim, I'm getting you go to this place regularly where you see this person. You might have a small bump, a small interaction with them. And this could also just be where you go at the grocery store. You usually see this person at the gym, at the gas station, at the farmer's market. You run into them at a place that you usually go to is what I'm seeing. Or in the future, that's where you're going to run into this person. It's at the gym. It's where you go normally. For others of you who think that you actually can identify who this person is already, I think that in the past there's been a small bump. It's like one of you asked each other out and the answer was no because you weren't ready at that time. But I think you guys have both developed a little bit more self-love, or again, that is the real underlying message. Remember, the Ace of Cups was the only ace that wasn't in the reading. The need to feel lovable and worthy of love in order to receive that vibration of love. Okay. But again, for those of you who are able to identify who this person is, I get that there was like a small tiff or an interaction that needs to be forgiven. It was so long ago. It's in the past. That's done, right? Heart eyes, strong attraction. You guys definitely find this person attractive. Let's get a little bit more, please. This is for pile 4. I know that I am prying. Could I just get perhaps at least one card? This is for the lovely, amazing pile 4. Attraction, shush. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I love it. Any card could have come out, you guys. I was just commenting on you find this person very, very attractive, but it's you as well. You are becoming attractive, right? You are attracting all of these opportunities to you, and it is because you have cleansed away any karma from the past. You've done a lot of forgiving. You've regained your childhood sense of innocence and wonder of the world, and as a result, people cannot help but be attracted to you. That is why we have that first card that came out, this 7 of Cups. Lots of opportunities, you guys. There are lots of opportunities in love coming for you. I think that for some of you, perhaps love is the only factor of your life, romance perhaps, that wasn't present or hasn't been present. And that's what's about to be filled. That's where your cup is going to be filled. And I think that there is the message, again, coming through about adorning your body, whether that's your hair, makeup, clothing, style, adorning your body in such a way that celebrates this transformation that you've come through, like the full metamorphosis, right? The crossroads, leaving behind the past, embarking on this new future, the new road, right? With a lot more clarity. Let's keep being nosy. This is fun. Can I have a little bit more about this person? Influence. Okay, look at this. This person, it has a silver tongue, or you have a silver tongue, right? There's a lot of sex going on here, a lot of passion, a lot of attraction. Now we have the double hit of the roses going on, right? This is really funny. Seth the snake is very seductive. I think this person speaks your love language, whether that's physical touch, small acts of kindness, something along these lines. What I'm hearing is it's like you guys feel faded, right? You feel like the original love. It's very curious. I love to see this. This person, you know, their name could actually be Seth, right? Or have an S as their strong, significant letter. That's really cool. Am I getting anything else for you guys? Yeah, let's just finish it up with this deck again. I want to just get a little bit of a message here. With this person who's in the future, this King of Cups, what do they want to tell pile 1? Pile 1. Maybe you guys were drawn to pile 1 at the end of the day. Pile 4, please. What do they want to tell pile 4? I cannot make this up. When I'm on, I'm on. I cannot make this up, you guys. It's the Lovers card, Soulmate. I got that. Remember how I said it was like you guys were literally like the original, the OG level lovers and couple? That's exactly the vibe I was getting. I was getting soulmates here, and that's quite literally what I'm picking up on here. Usually I interpret this card slightly differently, but through this lens, it's obvious, right? Passion, attraction, soulmates, the lovers. It's really funny because this talks about like the angelic nature of us, that we have masculine and feminine counterparts, yet we are much more, we are above that. We are the angels too, or eventually will become the angels. And that's what I was interpreting as like the OG love. I'm seeing this obviously as Adam and Eve, right? That's so amazing. This person sees you as their partner, as their counterpart, as their divine counterpart, though. It is the emphasis on you being your own noble gas, being your own individual self, and being authentic always in this next chapter of your life. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. It was so much fun to read for you guys. If you've made it this far into the video, or you just liked it, you could give me a big thumbs up. Thank you. It helps me go so far in the land of YouTube, and no matter where you are in the world, whether that's day or night, until next time, stay divine.